Hello, and welcome back to the Miscellaneous Ape YouTube channel. Today I wanted to make a quick video related to the worldwide fast that President of the Church, the LDS Church, Russell M. Nelson, called on everyone to participate in. Probably won't be the last. This is not the first. This is the second one since the COVID-19 pandemic. And first, let me just make a disclaimer that this video is not intended to mock or belittle anyone who's participating in this fast, nor is it meant to dissuade anybody from participating in this fast. If being involved in some greater collective focus makes you feel better, then by all means participate. Even if it just takes your focus off of the day-to-day monotony and drudgery of this whole social distancing and pandemic situation that we're experiencing, if it takes you out of that, that's a good enough reason to participate. However, and what this video's primary focus is, it's two things. One, it's delineating between doing something collectively that makes us feel good and doing something collectively and asserting that it has a measurable effect or a measurable outcome at all. So I made an infographic that I put on all the social media platforms that showed that the differences in the number of cases and the number of deaths on the first fast, which was March 29th, and 11 days later, a day before this new fast. And I'm going to put that up on the screen just to show. You can see on March 29th, 2020, there were a little over 700,000 cases and over 30,000 deaths. That was the first worldwide fast that President Nelson called for. And 11 days later, on April 9th, you can see that there's well over 1.5 million cases and 95,000 deaths. And at the time of this recording, there's over 100,000 deaths worldwide. So the deaths are now in the six figures. And the differences between the first fast and the day before the second fast, new cases are 880,000 and new deaths are 61,000. So the cases increased by 121% and the deaths increased by 180%. So again, this is not meant to dissuade you from participating. My intention is to show you that, and the contention is going to be, well, if we didn't fast, then things could have been worse. And that's just an incoherent argument. The idea that you can't measure if it had a positive effect, but you're going to assume that if you didn't do it, that it would have had a negative effect. I mean, that's just an incoherent argument. It's not tenable. So, assuming, based off of the numbers, that it didn't do anything, what can you do in addition to fasting? And what you can do is you can give. Well, a lot of people, when they fast, they give money to the church. I don't think that's a good idea. I think it's a terrible idea. The church has an abysmal humanitarian aid record when it's contrasted against the amount of money that it has and the amount of money that it receives annually. The church gives. Nobody's arguing that. But can anybody successfully argue that the church maximizes its potential for good in the world? No, you can't. That's a Sisyphean argument. You're not going to win. It simply doesn't. The amount that it gives compared to the amount that it receives is, the difference is, it's horrifying. It's horrifying that organization is still not taxed because it's not really a nonprofit. So what I would recommend, participate in the fast. That's great. But what I would recommend is that if you want to have a measurable effect on COVID-19 relief, find a charity and donate to that charity. Because if you intend to give money for COVID-19 relief, more likely than not, if you give to the church, that's not where that money's going to go. The church says as much on their tithing receipts. Sole discretion of the church where this money goes, essentially. Even if you earmark it for a specific thing. It's not up to you. So there's this website that I found called charitynavigator.org, and they have a whole page directed to coronavirus or COVID-19 related charities, medical supplies, on-site relief, testing. You can even find local charities if you want your money to go to your community. So anyway, that's the gist of this video. Not to dissuade you from participating in this fast, but just to encourage you to do something that you can know beyond feelings, that you can know is going to go to something to actually fill relief for COVID-19. So that's what I'm going to do. I hope you guys do the same. Thank you.